What's up, everybody? I'm back with another story video. I know. Uh, Doing a lot of these lately. But there was one that came to my mind. I was up north for the 4th of July. And there's one that came to my mind that I haven't told yet. And I think I had plans on telling this story a while ago. And I just never got around to it. So I thought I'd tell it today. It's a little bit of a darker story. Nobody dies or anything like that. You know, it's near tragedy, saved by the bell sort of thing. Taco Bell, to be exact. Um, the time the sea almost got me, to put it in the title of this video's way. But no, it's the time I nearly drowned. And it's kind of not, not to sugarcoat it or anything like that. But no, I did not drown. And no, I probably wasn't that close to drowning. I probably was just overreacting. But this is how I remember it. And that sort of thing. So let's get right into it, shall we? My grandma lives up on a lake, Lake Huron to be exact, and we go up there a lot, especially in the summertime. We get to go swimming in the lake. It's usually a pretty cold lake. This time, I don't remember it being too cold. But one thing about the lake is it has a 3 sandbar tier. Okay, and the first sandbar is very easy to get out to. You can walk right out. That's pretty nice. It's not that far out from shore. Second sandbar, again, still really easy to go to. You might have to do a little bit of swimming, but for the most part, you'd be fine. And then you get to go out there, and the sandbar's really nice. Then there's a third sandbar. Okay, for the longest time, the third sandbar was just felt like unreachable to me. Like I could never get out there, and we're just gonna have to just know that it's there. You could tell it was there because the color of the water changes where the sandbar actually is. It's the same for the first and second one too, but it's more so for the third one. And so we wanted to, but then me and my brother got older, and we were like, well, maybe we should go try this out. Maybe we should go and go do it, and we'll get out there and conquer the world. So that's what we did this very fateful day a few years ago. We swam out there. The water was semi choppy for normal time. For that time, for the lake at least, for how it usually trends around. And we swam out there, and I remember it got really deep really quickly. And I did take swimming lessons for years. I do know how to swim. That doesn't mean I'm the greatest swimmer, especially in choppier waters. I can hold my own in the water for a little bit. You know, I'm a big guy, so my stamina is not going to be really the best. So, especially in the choppier waters, it's hard for me to move. But I got out there just fine. I was pretty tired when we got out there. It was a good swim. Got out there and I could barely touch. Like I'm like 5'10", so taller than Moist Critical. But I just got out there and I could barely touch. My brother couldn't touch as well. He's taller than me, but he was okay for the most part. He's a better swimmer than me because he did swimming, like he did swimming like for the sports when he got into junior high school and stuff like that. So he's a stronger swimmer than I am. He's also stronger. He's also like more athletic in general. So that probably helped. But eventually we had our fun out there and we wanted to go back. And I was still pretty tired and wasn't really ready to go back, but I didn't want to be left out there either, as would probably nobody. So we began the swim back, and it got really deep again, really fast, and I was just having really hard time taking in air, and I could feel my body start to sink farther and farther, like start to get like heavier and heavier. It was like running out of air to keep me up floating. I tried turning around and swimming on my back. That wasn't really working that well because again, choppy waters, and now you're swimming on your back, so you can't really see where you're going and all that stuff. You could easily just turn around and start going back out, and you wouldn't even notice. So you would have to be worrying about that, and then and I couldn't touch the bottom. The bottom was like I could barely see it at this point. So I didn't want to worry about that. And then I just had to keep swimming. I just keep going. And we got about halfway out, between the second and third sandbar. My brother was already almost there. He had left me completely in the dust at this point. And quite frankly, there was nothing he was really going to be able to do because we didn't have like any flotation devices or anything like that. And he wasn't going to be able to tow me. I'm heavier than he is, so he wasn't going to be able to like tow me or anything, nor would I want him to do that. So he's like almost gone. Like he's already almost back. He's kind of like phased. He doesn't even notice that I'm really struggling. And my parents are up there, they don't even know. They looked, again, another reason why I was probably overreacting is because of for this reason. And so then, but I'm like going. I can barely move. Like I'm just trying. I'm trying to keep my head above the water. I'm taking in waters. I'm trying to take in air, and the water's getting this rush and getting heavier. And then I'm like trying to get up and trying to breathe and then sort of things. And I swear I thought I was just gonna stop floating and fall to the bottom, hold on for breath, and just have to walk it back and hope that I would make it. I thought that's what was going to happen. I legit thought about that, and I don't have a lot of those thoughts. Like I genuinely think I'm going to die. I haven't thought about that. I haven't really thought that a lot. Really, it's the only time that I can think of, outside of a couple other instances. But this time I definitely did. Like I knew I was close, but it felt so far away, and I just kept going and going and going and going. And eventually, one of the biggest ways of relief, when I touch sand and I can walk, and I got up to the second sandbar again, that was a huge relief for me to be able to get up there. And I was exhausted. I collapsed. Like I could sit down and I wasn't going to be underwater or anything. So I sat down and I was exhausted. And everybody was like perplexed on why I was so tired, even though it should have been obvious if you were looking at me. Everybody just kind of let me complain without really pitching anything in. So, it really wasn't that big of a deal, but crazy, I know. It was insane. Like, I was so exhausted. Everything was tired, and I was starving. I told myself, like, I don't think I could ever go back out there. I've been out there the third sandbar a couple other times. And neither of them were as hard of a trek as that one was, thankfully. But with the lake levels changing, it kind of goes in and out. Don't have any intentions of going back out there, unless it's on like a tube or something like that, or on a boat or a jet ski or whatever. So that's my story, my survival story. Hard determination, not giving up, and seeing the finish line and getting there. That's basically the moral of this story, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you guys could learn a little something there. Don't bite off more than you can chew. So thank you guys for watching this story video. Till next time, I will for sure see you guys later. Goodbye.